There we go. We're live.
Ooh,
No,
ooh, coffee with the homies
not
on a Saturday
just
morning.
just us. We're the homies.
Yeah,
That's all you
we don't.
get.
That's all you get. You don't get more. You don't need more. You need more than I don't know. Something wrong with you. There's too many people around.
And I'm just trying to find it on. There it is. It's on Twitch also.
On Twitch?
Yep.
No.
So now people don't have an excuse.
I know. They can watch us on either platform. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So okay. So I wanted to bring it up because we were talking about it on Tuesday when I was at the airport. The IPF thing, right? And let me get my Instagram open so we can look at this shit.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at what's it called? So it ended up coming out supposedly, right? That
Right.
the bench is going to be changed completely, not in the way that we thought.
I thought
Um,
I thought they were gonna do the flat back, where they were just gonna do flat back all the way down to the bench.
well, no, so they were talking about it. They're trying to figure it out and all that, right?
Right.
And they never came out with anything. They never said what was happening. They never said like how they were going to change it. So we just like this just got posted. Saying that there you go. Right? So that it's in light of recent discussions around rule change in the bench press, the International Powerlifting Federation has come to the conclusion that the bench press will be eliminated. In its place, a weighted dip will replace the bench press. Official rule changes will come out come November and be implemented on January 1st, 2023.
But is that that's from the official IPF?
That's what it says, right?
Right.
So, which a lot of people are seeing and they're like, what the fuck? There's one person that posted it and she was like, oh, and the squat's going to be replaced with the leg press and deadlift is going to be replaced with a hip thrust.
Right.
But if you like look at these guys, you know what I mean? Like it looks like weird. Like if you look at their Instagram,
They only have one
like,
post.
yeah,
No, it might be fake.
only one post, barely any followers. And that's what I thought. I saw this and I thought like, that's weird because the IPF one is this one. And they haven't said anything at all. Like I looked through it and I was like, yeah, there's literally zero talking about the IPF or like talking about that bench rule change. I looked at their website, still nothing. So I was like, well,
I think that's fake then.
that's what I was thinking. And the reason why I think it's fake is because there's a guy who also has a podcast. Ooh, Jeff. Ooh, you're a nasty girl, Jeff.
Oh, I like his little profile pictures. It's really just like a little scribbled guy.
Yeah, I think somebody drew him at his work, and that's how he got it.
Oh,
So,
it looked dope.
right. So there's a guy called King of the Lifts,
Right.
and he had talked about it in one of his podcasts that people will go and make fake Instagram and Twitter profiles that look super legit, and then just like post a bunch of bullshit on there, but it looks super real, so people believe it. And so that's what I think is going on here. Like that they were just like perfect time to do it. And so a lot of people are like taking it as fact.
Right. It could be. I mean, it has the same picture and everything. It's just that it's on a fake profile because they
Right.
only got that one post. So it seems kind of odd that that one post they should have try to make it more convincing, like post other pictures and stuff. But just to have only that and not have like, oh, we're gonna change the deadlift or the bench press.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't
I
know.
think the idea is to kind of make it look like you're changing profiles. You know what I mean? But the problem is that they're
Right.
still posting on their the one that they post on now. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? So like they
Then
just
I
posted
don't think
something
it's
5
real.
days ago, and then that other one posted I guess 2 days. It was edited 2 days ago. I don't know if it was posted 2 days ago now.
Right.
But yeah, I was just like, what the hell? Like, so I remember seeing it and I was like, there's no fucking way that they're doing a way to dip. Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? But weirder shit's happened, like the
Yeah,
future of
but
tattoos.
oh yeah, I saw that. Did I tell you about that with the tattoos?
I think you
They
mentioned it.
they want to do like a well, they don't want to do it, but somebody posted a picture of he was tattooing somebody, but they put him under like anesthetic. So he had to have a what do they call him?
Who
Those
did they
doctors?
put under? Because you just made it
I don't
sound like
know.
like
It
the
was some
tattoo
random dude.
artist.
I
No,
couldn't.
but you're making it sound like the tattoo artist got put under. Now he's tattooing.
No, it was the client. I don't know who he was.
Okay.
It
Well, I'm not
just looked
asking
like
who the
some.
client was. I'm saying which
Yeah.
person got it, because maybe that is the future. You put the
Mm,
artist under anesthetic, and then he tattoos until he
and he
passes out.
tattoos you down. Yeah, you get what you get.
Yeah. Once he's done, he's done.
It's done. Yeah. Oh no, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's see. Yeah, someone drew it. Did you see my text? Yeah, I saw you. I saw your text, Jeff. Your gato.
No, he had texted me.
Oh, I
I
thought he
saw
texted
it.
me.
I'll
Oh,
have to hit him up after.
all
He's
right.
asking if I want to go fishing to, what did he say? One of the best rivers in the U.S. tomorrow and on Monday.
Sure, I'm down. Oh, well,
Jeff's at work. Bye, Jeff.
have bad service. He keeps buffering. I'm at work, so I'm a
Good,
dip. All
get
right.
better service.
Yeah. Um. So I don't know who it was. The artist, I'm not sure because I just kind of saw it real fast. Like I saw the post. I didn't really sit there and investigate like who it was.
Right.
But I just saw the post and then I saw the comments and everybody was like, "Oh, that's horseshit." But some guy was getting, I think, his ribs tattooed or his stomach. I'm not quite sure what he was getting. But they put him under. That shit looked like a whole operation. Like it looked like they were gonna do surgery on that dude, but they didn't. They just put him under. He was on like the operation table looking shit. He anesthetic anesthetic mask. What are the doctors called? Those anesthesiologists or whatever. Whatever the
Something
hell
like
they're
that,
called.
like anesthesiologist.
Yeah. They had one of them dudes there. They had some dude monitoring his vitals, and I was like, dude, that's way too much. That's I was like, I guess, man, if you're that, you know, that intolerant of the pain that you just rather just fucking go out, you just rather go to sleep. But
Yeah.
that's like an unnecessary risk because you can die from that. You can have complications like from going under, right? Like there's a possibility you just can't, you might not wake up.
I don't know about that. I think
I
I
heard,
think if you
yeah.
don't if you have somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I think there's a higher risk to that than that's unnecessary. Like it's an unnecessary risk that you're doing and an unnecessary cost because you got to pay that dude that's putting you under because he's got to be a certified dude doing it. Can't just
Yeah,
be any dude that can do it. He has to be a doctor.
pretty
And
much, yeah.
then they got to monitor your vitals and make sure you don't have some sort of respiratory problems or you go into cardiac arrest or something. And yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all that for a tattoo? I was like, damn, nah. And then I was reading the comments, and everybody was like, that's stupid." They're like, "There goes the industry. That's a bunch of trash." All sorts of people were hating on that. But I was like, I guess, man, if you're balling like that and you got the money to blow for a fucking tattoo like that, you don't want to feel nothing. I guess, but to each their own. But me, I personally would have just done it just the normal way. It's not that bad. Like they sell like numbing creams that
Right.
work pretty well. I mean, if you're that much of a pussy to do it like that without numbing cream, but to me it was
Well,
just like that was a whole point of getting tatted. It was like it's a whole like experience. There's a whole like I don't know, kind of almost like a spiritual thing behind it where you go through the pain to get your tattoo. It's not that
right.
bad to where you need to do something like that. I've seen people that do, that do need stuff like that because they say it just sucks ass. And I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't be getting blasted.
That's kind of that's like the thing is like I don't know though, because I feel like I have heard of people who like don't like doing something, but they do that like for a living or whatever, or like they're constantly doing that one thing. Like, but I don't know, like,
But that's when it's like a job. Like if that's like saying I don't like my job, but you still go every day for like 20 years. And it's like that's why it's a job now, because you force yourself to go now. But it's like tattoos are weird because tattoos are addictive. They're like crack. So once you get one, you just want to keep doing it. But the thing is, some people are just addicted to them like that, I guess, or they just want to do it to be cool. I don't know what the reason is. People have different reasons. People have different. Me personally, I think it's just because it's like an addiction thing. Like you get one and then it's just so easy that you just constantly want to get more, even though
right,
like it's painful, but it's not that painful. At least to me personally, not. It's not as bad as people make it seem. Especially like when people like look at me and they see I'm all blasted up and they're like, "Oh, did that hurt?" And I'm like, "Of course they hurt. They all hurt. Whoever told you they fucking don't hurt is a liar." I'm like, they all hurt. They just can deal with the pain, or it's not that bad. Like they all hurt.
yeah, I feel like anesthesia is too much though, like both money and like
Well, yeah,
practically.
because how much do you got to pay that dude? You got to pay that dude.
I have no
Let's say
idea.
you're under for like an hour.
Let's see.
You got to pay that dude at least what, like, I would think maybe what, $25,000 to keep you alive for an hour? Under?
Maybe
I
no.
would imagine because fucking you go to the hospital and they charge you $200 for a fucking pillow.
Yeah, but that's for a pillow.
Yeah. Well, I guess it would. So
That one
25,
makes sense.
but it's just a pillow. A pillow costs like $20 at Walmart, and that's
No,
like a super expensive pillow. Normal ass pillow costs like $5,
look.
and they give you that shitty ass pillow. They don't even give you a good pillow. I can't see
Here
it.
you
You
go.
gotta like zoom into it. Did you see the price on there? 500.
Regional and
Anesthesia,
general anesthesia typically range between 500 to 3,500.
but that's just an anesthetic. It's not. It's not calling for the doctor, right? Because you got to pay that dude too, especially like on a house
I don't
call.
know. Maybe that includes both.
Mm,
Because you can't do it by yourself.
of course, you can't do it by yourself.
So
You need a
I
whole
don't
like
think
little
I don't.
team.
That's
That's
what
why
I'm
I was
saying.
thinking like, so you got to
Oh,
pay
look,
everybody. Oh, what?
provider. Oh, it doesn't really give info on that.
Mm, well, let's say there's about how many people do you think you need? You need the guy that's putting you under, somebody
Just a guy.
monitoring your vitals,
That's it.
another guy giving you air, right?
No,
Yeah, they put the little thing right here, like so you can breathe oxygen.
but I think that has an anesthetic in it, doesn't it? Well, I guess I do the little mask, but I don't know. I don't know what all goes into it. That's the thing.
Well, I don't
Is
know. Well, we're just assuming, but let's say it's a four-person team, right? You got to pay at
mm,
least each one, especially if it's like a personal thing. This is like a personal, it's not like a hospital. So it's like you got to bring all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same as like, oh, you're at the hospital and they have already everything there. This is like at a tattoo shop or wherever the hell they did this, and they got to bring all that shit there.
right.
So,
Where did that happen though?
um, I I told you I don't know. I saw it on Instagram, so I don't know where it was.
Right. Because I'm seeing.
I was just skimming through
I
you know
don't
how
know.
you can look through the little magnifying glass and you could just kind of go through the videos and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, that's how I was doing it. But either way, I don't want to throw names out there. Like, even if I did know,
Why, you're scared?
no, it's just that I don't want to, have people think I'm like throwing hate on people or whatever. But to each their own. I mean, it's whatever. If people want
No,
to
I'm
go that
throwing
route,
hate. That's a bitch ass way to get a tattoo. Just get it. It's not that bad. That's the thing. I get it if it's a big piece, right? You're like, I want to get it all
right?
done in one session. You know what I mean? I feel like you're putting yourself more at risk of something bad happening, like an infection or something, because you're basically causing your body so much trauma that I feel like at that point it might not be able to recover if you do too much damage. You're muted. There you
Mm,
go.
I'm not
Like,
sure.
or you'll make it harder for your body to recover. You know what I mean? And that's like almost welcoming an infection, because instead of listening to your body and saying like, okay, I have to tap out because I literally just cannot do it anymore, you're passed the fuck out and your body's not responding to it. So then when you wake up, you've got this massive fucking piece of artwork done that, like I said, your body is just going to have a hard time recovering.
Mm, I don't know. I thought about that too, but I mean, I don't know.
Like, I get that there's people who can go through a lot or will like let themselves, they'll push themselves to the point, you know what I mean? Like that girl you were tattooing that you did the Gara on, like
All right.
she was like really like, you know what I mean, digging deep to get that shit done. But like if it had color, if it had background piece, you know what I mean? Like if it was
Oh
gonna be
no,
like
no,
a
that
whole
would have been a
bitch,
whole that would have been a whole different section, like
that's
session.
what I'm saying. Because and it might not have been, it might have been that you were like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking be here because of X reasons.
Right.
For that long to finish the whole thing. But if you had that time, she probably would still be like, "Nah, fuck that. I can't do no more. Like, we'll just let's finish up like just
Well,
this, and then I'll come back."
the thing is, you got to be conscious too as an artist. Like, you can't just push through. Like, you can't just push it because you want to finish it. You have to also you have to be conscious about your client. Like, if he's going through it, like it looks like that fool wants to die. Like,
Right. If they get
you,
nauseated and all that shit, then it's like, yeah, like, hey, dude,
yeah,
let's
it's
just like
it's
call it right now.
yeah. I take into consideration that if they're going through it, where it's like you could see he's struggling, like it's struggle city now. He's fucking biting his shirt. He's fucking clenching his cheeks, trying to figure out how not to move and like tightening up. And yeah, you just gotta call it a wrap. Like, once you see like he's going through it too bad,
Right.
and you gotta hurry and at least outline everything or whatever's left that you need to finish. If you can't finish it, let's say I'm halfway through it and I'm like, damn, this dude's going through it. Like, it looks like he's dying. Then I'm gonna hurry up and like outline what I can real quick and do as much as a little outline as I can, and then call it a wrap and tell him, hey, dude, we're gonna do these little outlines right here real quick, and then we'll finish it up in another session because you're going through it, bro.
Yeah.
So, you got to be conscious. You can't just torture him through it.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I feel like every artist should do that, right? Like, obviously, you're gonna have shitty artists that don't do that, and they're just like, nah, we can finish. Like, nah, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'd rather not because
I'm
it's.
not saying you will.
I think
I'm saying
most
that
will.
there's
I think
artists
most.
that will.
No,
I'm
most
not saying
most
most
will call it
artists
quits.
are. No, you're just listen. I'm saying like I'm not saying most artists will. I'm not saying you will. I'm saying there's some artists who are shitty enough to do that to their clients because they don't give a fuck.
Probably.
Whether
I
you
mean,
want to
yeah.
believe it or not,
There's.
there's shitty
No, I
people
know
out
there
there.
is. I know there is.
So what I'm
But
saying is even if your client says, I'm gonna bring in a guy for anesthesia, we're gonna do this shit for 8 hours. You know what I mean? Like as an artist, I feel like you should be like, no, bro, like we're not bringing in an anesthesiologist. We're not doing all this shit. Like, we're not doing all this extra shit just so we can sit through an 8-hour session and like basically like cause a fuckload of damage to your body. Like, let's just
mm,
keep your bitch ass awake and put some numbing cream on. And once you can't take it anymore, or once I say like, all right, we're done, then we're fucking done. You know what I mean? Like set those those standards or those limits so that you're not causing your client trauma, you know?
I think if you're a good enough artist, you won't damage them. You can tattoo for a long time if you know what you're doing. Of course, if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you're gonna fuck them up. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you're a good artist, but yeah, if you go for too long, like you know, people get fucked
as
up.
long as you keep moving on the tattoo up to the new area, you can tattoo for as long as you want. As long as you keep moving, as long as you don't stay in the same area and keep fucking with it for so long, you won't fuck them up.
That's the thing
So
though, is your
so
body
like with big tattoos, what I do is I start and finish it while I'm going. So I don't outline everything when it's a big ass piece. When it's a big ass piece, I start lining and shading everything and just keep moving my way up. So that way I'm finishing as I'm moving up.
right, but either way, like it becomes a thing where like it's like how long will your pain tolerance last? Like where is that threshold? Because your body can only your body can only produce so much to like you know what I mean? Like deal with a certain amount of pain, but once it
Oh yeah.
becomes too much, it's too much. So, and that's what makes people like nauseated. That's what makes people pass out. That's what makes people throw up. Like some people are inherently bitches, and as soon as you start fucking touching them, they start getting all lightheaded and shit. Um, but so that's what I'm saying is like just because you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go under anesthesia and do this shit, like that doesn't mean they're not gonna wake up and feel like fucking terrible.
Well, that's the thing. The next day is probably when they're gonna feel like ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably
Because
that same day.
and that's what I mean, it's still trauma because whether you feel it the same day or the next day, like, you're still fucked up. There's people who get in car accidents that don't know they're fucked up until the next day
Right.
or, like, later on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a bit extreme to just get blasted like that, like to go under and get blasted because I was like, that's like an unnecessary expense. But it's like I said, I mean, to each their own. If you got the money and you really are a bitch about it and you really want to go under like that, I guess. I mean, you got the money for it.
That's
I'm
just
just saying,
so
like, I wouldn't
yeah.
do it personally because it's just too extreme. Like, it's a unnecessary expense and an unnecessary risk. It's already like they just even getting the tattoo. There could be like a complication. Just you always have to have like that mental thing that there's always everything always has like a risk. Either it be so minimal as to where you could get a scar from the tattoo. That's like the least like thing, I guess. Well, not really. Depends on your scar, but whatever. Um, so you could get an infection, you could get sick. But I mean, those are complications that's different. I mean, that all depends on your hygiene and the cleanliness and everything, the way you work, right? I would assume most artists figured out how to clean their stuff and how to keep everything sterilized and everything. But to go under, that's a whole new process. So it's like, damn, dude, like you could potentially have complications. You could have like respiratory problems from that. You could possibly go into cardiac arrest. Might not wake up.
Right. Well, see,
I
and that's
mean,
what I'm saying
you
is
could
like
have a seizure. I think there's
yeah.
all sorts of shit that could happen to you while you're under.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, I
like,
mean,
yeah, I don't know.
that's just stupid. Like, you're right. It's like that's definitely not the future of tattoos. Like, I feel like it was just kind of a catchy like title that they gave it because it's like that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's ridiculous because now, imagine if people start trying to follow that trend, and it's like
I guarantee people are.
that's gonna make the tattoos go. It's like an inflation thing, dude. Like it's an unnecessary thing. Like they're gonna go from tattoos being 200 to the next thing you know, people are gonna want to do like 500 minimum or more. You know?
Well, as far as the artist is concerned, it's not their problem to get, you know what I mean, all those people to do the anesthesia for
Oh
the
no, I know,
client.
but I'm
So
saying like it just takes somebody to go viral on something on a platform, And then
Right.
you know how people are; they start trying to do that shit too. You saw those milk crates. You saw some idiot jump on the milk crates, and everybody all around the nation was trying to jump on milk crates. And it was like,
Yeah.
come on, dog, you not seeing people bust their ass, almost fucking break their back, doing that shit, and you want to go run up on some milk crates too? You're an idiot.
It's a dream. It's just all about clout chasing. Everyone does it now. Well, most of everyone.
I know. I see that all the time. I'm like, dog, come on. I see so much dumb shit happen like on the internet. It's just stupid. Like the milk crates, people inhaling bologna, people trying to eat that fucking spoon of cinnamon. I was like, damn.
Oh yeah, cinnamon challenge.
Yeah.
Just
There was-
see, that was stupid. Like that's a way to fucking
well, the
just get
doctors were
fucked.
saying like, oh yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, you're gonna fuck up your lungs doing that shit because you're inhaling that shit. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I never did any of that dumb shit like that because I was just like, fuck, dude, that's stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the whole clout thing. You know what I mean? Like and like, or just saying ridiculous shit, like Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah, Andrew Tate.
Ooh.
What about that dude?
How about
That
those
dude-
segues, dude? Huh?
the segways? What segways?
The ones that I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
Just
those are pretty
seem.
good.
Ooh.
Seamless. I like it.
Ooh. I
You're
like
getting
it.
good.
Picasso.
Ooh. What is that? Picasso. I like it.
Ooh. Mm.
Mm. Ooh, you becoming a natural, Steve.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm becoming
Natty.
un podcaster, un interviewer.
Oh, see way.
But yeah, what were you saying about that guy? There's a kid at the gym who was talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm part of his thing. And he's like, bro,
he's
you really believe that? And I'm like, dude, that guy's a piece of shit. And he said something along the lines of like what Andrew or Jordan Peterson says, where he says like you should be a monster. Like you shouldn't be a docile man. You should be a man capable of violence who controls it and is a good man because you choose to be a good man. Because he's like, a good man isn't somebody who's harmless because or who is good because they're harmless. They're good because they want to be,
right.
you know.
Well,
So
it
but
has
Andrew
to,
Tate said it some shitty way that like didn't make sense. I was like, that guy's an idiot.
right. Well, Andrew Tate, I don't know what happened with that dude. That dude just started blowing up, and people started.
Because he was saying ignorant shit like about his belief system, but like there's better ways to say what he says. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
I've
he's
heard
not,
a couple of things.
well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So, and I don't know if it's because maybe like it's just his vocabulary or his way of speaking or like just whatever. But he says things in the shittiest way. Versus if you look at like somebody like Jordan Peterson, who might say something similar, not completely similar, but he'll bring the same concept in with like a more elegant way of saying it, where then like it's something you can get behind. You know what I mean? Where Andrew Tate might say like, nah, fuck people because like they're bitches and blah blah blah, and then like somebody like Jordan Peterson will kind of explain the logic behind like why you shouldn't mess with certain people or whatever. You know what I mean? Instead of saying like, nah, these people aren't shit, they're not doing shit, like blah blah blah, like, or you know what I mean, his whole like fuck bitches mentality and all that shit. And then
Right.
but whatever. But basically the whole thing that happened recently was a whole like controversy of supposedly, and I don't know if this is true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, unfortunately, that he supposedly like maybe a year or two ago, like some time ago, said that he was moving to Romania because it's 40% more likely that he would get away with essentially like assault against women. Like in every way. And he's like, so I'm moving to Romania. And then apparently that YouTube video got deleted. And then somebody said that there was an American woman being held at his house against her will. So Romanian police got together and went over, found an American woman there and a Romanian woman. But then apparently they said like, oh, like, no, it's fine. Like, it's a misunderstanding and blah, blah, blah.
From what I understood about that is that he got swatted. Like, you know how streamers would get swatted?
Right. And that's what I'm hearing now too, is that he got swatted.
That he got swatted, and there just happened to be these women there, but they were like, no, nobody's holding us here. Like we're here just on our own, like voluntarily. Like we can bounce whenever the hell we want. And
Right.
I guess they investigated and everything checked out, and they just were like, "Oh, my bad."
Right.
They were like, somebody reported it, so you had to come and kick your door in. And so I guess he didn't catch any charges for it or anything like that. He never got put under arrest. He's not out on bail supposedly, but I don't know. I mean, the only people that really know are the police and him. So we can only speculate off of what is said out there, what's not, and things like that. Um, yeah, but that dude got a lot of hate for whatever reason. I mean, I understand what his theories are against like being a masculine man and don't be demasculized by whatever. You don't got to be like a certain way, like you have to be a man, whatever. Macho kind of talk. But
Right. Oh, look who we
I,
have here. Look who we
oh, look
have
who we
here.
have here. It's the Asian sensation, but he's not Asian. He's just
Dude,
beans.
he if you showed me, if I saw him for the first time right here, right now, I'd be like, he's for sure
He's
Asian
for
as
sure at least
fuck.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Sup, fellas? How's everything going?
Good.
None just
We're talking
here.
about the whole Andrew Tate thing.
You heard about Andrew Tate? You know who he is?
No,
Oh,
You
damn.
better
Where
have
you
coffee, by the way.
under a rock, dog?
I do not yet.
I like Chino's little thing. Yuri. Fury.
Fury.
That's my I was given that nickname. Sorry to cut off on your story, guys. I was given that nickname as soon as I entered the kickboxing gym. They're like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Hootie," and they're like, "Jury," and I was like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Okay, Jury Fury," and I was like, "All right, cool, yeah, whatever."
No,
What are you
okay.
guys?
Cute. Cute.
Should have told them. Nah, they know me by another name. Slim Chino with a big old pepino.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Man, you fucking up, man.
That's the one. That would have been better.
Man, when you go to jiu-jitsu, that's when I'm gonna make you a shirt and everything. When you go to your first little tournament, I'll make you a little shirt. I'm gonna show up with a little sign. It's gonna say Chino, and I'm just gonna put a cucumber on it.
So what was the guy's name or the topic you guys were
It's-
talking about?
You're gonna be like Pickle Rick, but you're gonna be Chino Pepino.
John is stuck now. So we're talking about Andrew Tate. Basically, like the whole shit that happened with him. Like, you know who that is? I feel like you're not really on social media,
Celebrity.
so you kind of missed it. It happened pretty quick. Like, I feel like that
Well-
fucker was around for maybe a year and then gone fast. Like,
Right.
I only knew about him for the past 3 months maybe, and I started like, that's the first shit I saw about him. I was like, yeah, fuck this guy.
I'm gonna get a coffee refill.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm seeing right here, it says who is Andrew Tate and why they vetoed him from every social media, right? Is
Ooh.
that the guy?
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll re-explain real quick what I was telling Johnny. So this guy, basically his whole thing is being like super extra macho man, like just the fucking like toxic masculinity essentially is his thing, right? That's his like
Right.
that's what got him fucking popular and whatever. Like, and so he apparently, supposedly, don't know if it's true or not. There was a video that he had put out where he said it's 40% more likely to in Eastern Europe to get away with assault against women. And so he was moving there. And then that video supposedly got deleted off of YouTube. So now it's like you either believe it or you don't. But I was telling Johnny, like, unfortunately, because of how shitty he is, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Right. So there's that. But then supposedly somebody informed the Romanian police that there was an American woman at his house being held against her will. They went there, they found an American woman and a Romanian woman, but then they were like, apparently what they were like, oh no, it's a misunderstanding. Like, we're not here against our will. Like we're just here because like we want to be here. And then it came out that he supposedly got swatted. And then in a recent video or something or post maybe, I think Johnny saw that. I didn't see it. What was it? He said something about like he's leaving social media.
Well, he kind of pretty much has to leave social media. He's like banned from everything already. He's banned from like Instagram, Facebook. I think
So
the
it's
only
not
thing
by
that
choice.
I think the only thing that he has that is active is YouTube and Twitter. I think are the only things he has at work.
Right.
But Facebook and Instagram, they took them off because I mean they're Meta, they're owned by the same people. So it kind of goes by hand. If you get banned from Instagram, you pretty much essentially get banned from Facebook. But yeah, I guess I don't know what happened. I guess people were petitioning or reporting shit. I don't know what. And I guess he violated some sort of community guidelines and they just banned his shit. And he came out with a video that he is gonna take a break from social media, I guess, because he feels like the world's not ready, like for him to for this type of speech. There's too many things going on that are trying to like work against him. So he's all like, I don't care. He's like, I don't give a shit about people like that talk. He's like, because I'm a man, I don't care about shit like that. But he's like, but they're not ready for this. Like, it's clear that um they just don't want him on there, So he made the last video explaining like kind of what happened with the swatting and all that, and kind of was talking about that. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know what's up. Like he was blowing up for a minute. He came out of nowhere too. He just came out of right field, like just out of the blue, and was just on every single thing that you could see. Like he was on all over social media, like podcasts, all sorts of
Right.
shit. And yeah, his thing was like, because I think he was a champion Muay Thai fighter, like a 3-time Muay Thai fighter, like 3-time
British
champion.
American
Yeah, that's how
kickboxer.
that's how he got
Kickboxer.
his money essentially, his kickboxing.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And then
And he was good at it. He was turning it up.
yeah, so then he started his business with his brother, I think, doing like webcam stuff with like the women's on webcams or whatever. And then that's how he essentially really got rich. And then I don't know, he started doing seminars, I guess, about something, and then he blew up, and then he was on podcasts, he was all over YouTube. And his whole thing was like how Steve said, the toxic masculinity and all that. So, or how to be a man essentially, or be a man and don't be afraid to be a man. Like if but also the thing that he was talking about too was that women, like I guess he was like what would that word be, like where you kind of under that, not under them, but he was talking about like women, how everybody wants like a traditional man. You know what I'm saying? Like a gentleman, pays for everything, works, they don't have to work. But what he was saying is like, yeah, you want like these standards in a man, but you don't have those. But men want a certain standard in a woman, like a stay-at-home wife, cooks, cleans, like the old school woman thing,
Right. I got whatever that is. I don't know
In
what the
some
hell you
in
call
some
that.
sort of, yeah, I guess a traditional woman.
Sure.
So that's what he was saying, and he's all like, but you guys don't want that. You guys want to be bosses. You guys want to make this much income. But once he's like, that's the thing. He's all like, once you make that much income, you don't want a man that's under you. That you want somebody higher. And then that's where he was going with it, and that's how, I guess, I don't know, he was being that toxic male.
So, but that's the thing is like he just puts it in such a shitty way that like,
Well, there were certain things that
it's hard
he
to
would like blow up and talk shit, to women, like that was
right.
his whole thing. But that's what made him popular, I think, is that he was going around.
It's because it's controversial.
Kind of woman.
It's not
bashing.
because it's like, it's because of how he puts it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm saying, like it's like he has similar ideas to like Jordan Peterson, but then just puts them in such a shitty way that it's a controversial thing. Where Jordan Peterson's also like extremely controversial. But he puts it in a way better way where like,
because it's more subtle.
You can get behind him or you can like try to understand it versus like with what's his ass?
I think Jordan Peterson just has more of his facts in line, more of his like percentages is what happens when he starts talking about and starts doing percentages. I think people go like, okay, it's more believable because based on what this.
The thing is that he's more subtle about it. Like, yes, it's blunt, but it's more subtle in the form. It's more educated rather than Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was more just raw dog, blunt about it. Like like
I would
rap
put it as
almost.
arrogant. I wouldn't put it like that.
Yeah, so he would just tell you, you know, like it was almost like saying "fuck bitches, get money." That was almost his whole thing.
I mean, because I mean, if his,
That was his
I'm
thing.
just, I didn't know anything about this guy, right? So I just Googled him, and the first thing it says, Andrew Tate says women belong at home, can't drive, and are man's property. Like, that's too blunt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what.
Is
That's
he
but
Muslim?
I don't know. He might be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about his
Maybe we
religion.
don't understand what Muslim is, but that's a kind of
Mm,
that's how it at least feels. I'm not gonna get into that.
no,
So
Yeah.
I was
you're
gonna
gonna do
say
politics.
I was gonna say, no, it was gonna be positive towards it, but it's just
No.
it's just what I've heard and not.
I don't know about his
that-
religious
that
background or
religion.
anything like that, but
He's a piece of shit, that's for sure. Like,
I
but-
don't think religious background has anything to do. I think he just, I mean, I think that
But it
just comes
could.
back from his dad. You know, that's the way his dad probably treated his mother, things like that. I don't know. That's just family.
I don't know, but they just pretty much banned him off of everything, and then he just finally threw in the towel. I guess he was like, "Fuck it, I'm outie 500." Which I mean, at his point, it was kind of good for, like, you know what they say in media is like any exposure is good. So even if it's bad, even bad publicity is good publicity. So I mean, his name was all over the fucking place. On top of the fact that after people were like throwing hate on him, he was just all over the place. So,
But that's the thing is bad publicity is good publicity only if you have some kind of platform
yeah,
to basically to profit off of or to make money on.
Right.
Because
Right.
if you're that shitty and you get bad publicity and you get all these people, like all this notoriety where people are looking at you, it becomes a thing where if you're shitty enough, people don't want to work with you. So nobody wants to sponsor him. Nobody wants to work with him. Sure, he has his own business, so he probably doesn't need it. But like, how do you promote your business when other businesses don't want to work with you?
Well, that's the thing. I think that's why he's kind of trying to go under. I feel like he's gonna go like kind of go under for a minute and then try to come back.
Right.
But he's gonna try to lay low. But I don't know. I mean, maybe people will forget. People forget about all kind of things all the time.
Right.
They just kind of move on.
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of what he's doing. Partly is that he's thinking about like, I'm just gonna lay low for X amount of time. People are gonna move on from my shit,
somebody
and
else
not
will come out.
necessarily forget about him, but
They won't care.
more of find the next thing to be angry about, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I feel like that's how the internet is. It's like a fucking swarm of like bees. At 1 minute they're fucking with this person, talking shit, throwing hate, and the next thing you know, they find something else to go fuck up.
well, what do they call it? It's like screaming into an endless void. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like a hive, but it's like a hive mentality if you think about it.
well, yeah,
Like-
but that's what I'm saying. But it's like you just find the next thing to be mad about. Like that's what people do. Like they sweep something under the rug and then move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's like a
not
toy.
to-
Then. It's like a dog.
no, it's not like a
They
dog.
just fuck with
It's
something. That's what dogs do. Dogs will fuck with something until they get bored, and then they go fuck with something else.
I don't know. There's dogs that have favorite toys.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Maybe there's a streamer out there or somebody in the internet.
no,
Tate's his
it's
favorite fucking
so
thing to hate.
here's the way
Wakes
that
up
I've
in the
always
morning,
put
like,
it.
"Fuck
It's
Andrew
those,
Tate."
those people that constantly jump ship and go to the next thing.
Those are
Like
bandwagon.
I feel
robbers.
like essentially they're bandwagoning, but I feel like they're not accomplishing anything, right? They're like, let's be mad about this. That goes unsolved, and then they're already like on the next thing, and it's like you're never gonna get anywhere by just jumping to the next thing before like they get halfway there and then they jump ship and now they're mad about something else. You know what I
They
mean?
just
Like,
want to be part of something, man.
Exactly.
That's what I come
Yeah.
to realize with those type of people. They just want to be part of something. Those are the people like, why can't I be in something? Why can't I be in a group? I see all these people having groups and shit like that, and they're just
Yeah.
moving like, hey, I'm mad about this thing too. Let's conversate, like, you know, like, and then that shit goes away, and then that gets bored, and they're like, oh, let's go find this new thing that to get mad about. Maybe I can find some other friends there.
I feel like those people are just looking for somewhere to be accepted. And sometimes I feel like some of them lie about certain things, like certain aspects or certain views that they have, just
Right.
because they want to be accepted somewhere
In the group.
in a
Yeah,
group.
well,
Yeah, like Like they feel like, oh, this is inviting this. They're accepting me. I don't want to seem stupid. So fuck, I hate that too. And it's
Well,
like,
but that's the thing is that, and that's what I was getting at is like the way that I've always seen it is like I feel like it's those like outcasts in high school who were never able to be part of any clique or any group like that because they were just like essentially they kind of like push themselves away in one way or another without realizing it. You know what I mean? By just by being weirdos or just being like that person who just is whatever, like toxic as fuck, that nobody wanted to deal with their shit. And so they they're not part of anything in high school, and then they get out of high school and now there's all these movements that they could just jump on and be part of something. You know what I mean? Finally be part of like a clique or a group or
maybe
something like that where like they feel like they're being valued, you know what I mean? But then like they sell their morals out to like do all this shit, you know? It's kind of like those guys who are like, yeah, I'm a feminist, and they like are doing it all for the wrong reasons and are like a little too into it to where you're like this like either something's up with you or you're doing this for the wrong reasons, you know?
right.
Like they think like it's going to get them pussy. And it's like it's not. You know, like no like maybe there's some girls out there who want like you know this like little like basically like a fucking puppet or like a put you know what I mean like a pet to have around the house and make them do whatever the fuck they want, and that's like that's up to you like if you want to live that life. But like some dudes like think like oh it's gonna like you know what I mean it opens the door for me to do what you know X thing,
Right.
which again with anything there's shitty people. There's good like there's good like good dudes who are feminists and then there's shitty dudes who are feminists.
Yeah, there's some people that are in it for the wrong reasons, and then there's people that are in it for the right reasons. But that's I
Right.
feel like that's every group, anyways. In general, there's always it's like sports teams. There's people that are real fans and real fanatics, and then there's people
Right.
that go and do dumb shit like fight, go fucking start shit, start throwing crap. They just go to
Like the
fucking
Mexico thing. What was
yeah.
that in Mexico where like
Uh,
all these dudes got the shit kicked out of them and
oh,
nobody got arrested somehow?
that was the who was it? It was Atlas versus
That was a few years
uh
ago, right?
no, the new
I
one
feel like it
that
was last year.
that was like last year. The Atlas contra
Oh, Chivas.
was it Chivas?
Yeah, because they're
I'm
both
gonna go
local
get more coffee.
teams.
Right.
They're both local teams, and they just started a fucking. Oh, what? No, was it? I'm not sure, but I know it
No,
was Atlas. And
I think it was another team. I think it was um
here, let me do my research. I have my second screen right here.
I think it was fuck, who was it? It might have been Chivas. No, but I don't think so. I think it was another team. I think it was somebody from Leon. I think it was from like Guanajuato or something like that. Who's the team from?
Querétaro.
Oh, Querétaro. Yeah, that's who it was. Querétaro and
Yeah.
Atlas.
While
So
authorities of Querétaro officially report 22 injured and 9 hospitalized, 2 seriously ICU'd, local media claimed that there were at least 17 dead after the brutal brawl in the match between Querétaro and Atlas.
yeah, that thing was crazy. That
Yeah.
dude, I watched the video when that happened, dude. Like videos of that. Dude, some dudes were already out, dude, and some dudes were just still bombing on them. And I was like, damn, dude, like nobody had like a conscience to say, like, hey, dude, that dude's out. That dude,
Yeah.
like, there's no more reason to be ground and pounding this dude.
What I
He's done.
saw, what mostly resonated with me in that video is when I saw the families, like the families trying to take cover and all these fucking
Oh yeah,
hooligans
running across
doing
the
this
field
shit.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could see a dad trying to hold 2 of his sons, like without, like,
Well,
because people are just throwing shit around and he's
you
trying to
didn't see that
protect
people
them.
were taking off their jerseys, like their kids. They took off the jerseys and threw them and shit because they didn't want like these fools to try to beat their kid or
Yeah.
something for the
Yeah,
wrong
it's,
reason or
it's
whatever.
ridiculous.
I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
damn.
when you go to like when you say you're in it for the wrong reason, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's cool to have fucking passion, but passion shouldn't take you there. It's not like it's not like a political thing where we're fucking fighting against another country and this and that, and we do like people are in it for the wrong reasons, man.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get it. That's your favorite team, or you're a fanatic. But if you're a fanatic, you wouldn't be doing that. That's too much. Like There's no reason to get your feelings that mixed in. It's not like it's like your personal team that you bought, or you're
Yep.
losing money because they lost. It's like, bro, it's a team. That's the whole point of the game, is it's a game.
Somebody's
You win
gonna
some,
have to
you
lose.
lose. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's how it is, dog. Somebody got to take the L, either your team or their team. But there's no reason to be getting that worked up and start fucking people up. It's like, come on, bro. It's a fucking game. At the end of the day, they're gonna go to sleep, not even give a shit about you. They probably don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yep.
And you're wearing the jersey talking about Ronaldo, tell mama way. It's like, come on, dog. Like, he don't give a fuck about you. He don't even know who you is.
That's
But-
exactly right.
But it's like, come on, dog. Like, Ronaldo ain't gonna save you.
Hell no. That fool's eating fucking caviar, fucking most expensive fucking snails and shit in the world.
Yeah, but that's the whole topic. Was like, some people just are in it for the wrong reasons. Don't do that. If you're gonna be in it, be in there for the right reasons. Don't be in there for
Ronaldo
the
knows
wrong
who I
reasons.
am.
Does he?
I message him every day, and I'm like, "Hey,
Hey,
what's up, buddy? How you feeling today?"
how you feeling today? I see you got to
If
order
you
some
respond-
new-
Your response.
Just sitting here waiting.
Yeah,
Like,
I know
that's
you're
one of
busy.
that's one of the 1,000 people he has hired to fucking manage his social medias. Oh yes, I'm
Right.
doing great, Steve. How
Yeah.
about you?
just copy paste. Every message that he sends them is the same one. Just copy paste it.
I always send him the same message too.
Yeah, you just copy paste it.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, it's the same response every time.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I have over like 50 messages with Ronaldo, bro.
Ooh,
It reminds me of that movie, The Hateful Eight, where that dude's like, "Oh yeah, I got a letter from Abraham Lincoln."
oh yeah.
I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't seen
Oh,
Hateful Eight?
you're missing. You're
Oh,
missing.
it's the one
a
with Samuel L.
No.
Jackson. That shit is funny. He played that pretty good. It was pretty good. He's a bounty hunter and he catches some. Who does he have? He has some girl with him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have nobody with him. The guy that he gets in the wagon with had a girl.
The Hangman, John the Hangman, something.
Yeah, he said he was. Oh, he did have people, but they were dead. Remember, he had him on his horse,
Yeah.
and he said, "Oh, my horse fucking died, and so I need a ride. I got these bodies that I need to
That's
go
cool
cash
though.
out."
You
Yeah.
should definitely see it, Steve. It's
What's it on? Let me see.
It's on
I think it's almost on
It's-
every
Facebook.
platform.
It's on.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. I think it's on Netflix. That's where I saw it. It's
Yeah,
it's
we
good.
saw it on Netflix. I think it's even on Prime.
It might
See,
be on
but
Prime.
Mexico Netflix is different than our Netflix.
I'm sure you'll be able to find it though.
It
You
says
got
it
all
is.
sorts-
Is it? It
I'm
says
pretty
it's-
sure a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
says it's on
people watch
Netflix.
it.
I'll
Yeah,
watch. I'll watch it.
It's funny. You gotta watch it.
Maybe I'll
What's-
watch it today when I
yeah,
get home. from
Watch
the
it. It's
gym.
funny. But damn, what was I gonna tell you guys about? I had something pending and I fucking forgot. God damn it!
Nope, you got to figure it out now. You got 10 seconds.
No, not 10 seconds. I got like.
No.
Oh,
you
your
got
screen
10
got dark.
seconds. Mine?
Ooh, now you're light. Ooh. What the hell's that noise? Oh, is that you, Chino?
That's probably my daughter.
Oh, I was like, what the
She's-
hell?
She
That
said
sound
she's
like your
gonna be
kids.
part of the
podcast?
of the podcast. Daddy
Yeah,
Sodas.
we'll get her own phone.
Get her own phone, yeah.
Get her a laptop. Get her the whole setup, and then we'll stream her. We'll do the same with Ken. We'll have the Ken cam.
Yeah, Ken Cam. Yeah, ooh, yeah, I would like it.
Ken
Ooh.
Ooh. So what's Ken doing today?
Where's your coffee at, Chino?
That's what I
It's-
said.
Hold on. Let me.
He's all like a
Dude,
Mormon now.
I'm
I don't
gonna
drink
send
coffee.
Andrew Tate over there to get your girl in line.
I wish he would. He's a kickboxer. Guess what? I'm practicing too,
He'll whoop your ass.
and I'm doing jujitsu. So I'm ground game and up game. No worries. We got this.
Then Chino shows up on the podcast next time, black eye, swollen lip,
So what happened?
in the hospital.
jaw wired shut.
He's like,
He's
I'm
all like,
here in
Andrew
PJ
Tate came
hospital.
over.
Then I'm gonna come be like, well, guess what, guys? Andrew Tate's it's a nice guy. I actually believe in his view now. Like I see where he's coming from. Black eye, fucking swollen lip and shit.
Neck brace.
Hey, you know what though? If you did end up in the hospital, we could still have you on. All you need
Yeah.
is a phone.
Chino's all like, "Yeah, man, you used to see his hands. I fucked them up."
You can't
my
even
face.
recognize him.
They're
Damn.
all swollen and shit.
Yeah, his hands are all swollen. Probably broke a finger.
He's here. Yeah, he came to the hospital too. Broke his hands.
Damn. Imagine that shit. That's just funny.
I did watch one of his fucking
Oh
like
yeah, Chino?
the worst
In
KO
Andy's
he
room?
suffered.
You
And
got a friend in me.
that dude got fucking
Oops,
slapped
wrong
hard.
button.
It was bad.
Oh, I can do that too.
Wait, why is my screen black? Is
There
it
you
still
go.
loading?
Oh, I don't know. We could see you.
Oh, you can see me with my background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
Andy's room.
you're in Andy's room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Except there's a copyright 2020 Disney Pixar. I
Oh,
don't know
damn.
how
Let me
well
take
that's
Oh.
gonna go over.
Yeah.
yeah, let me take that off then.
Yeah, you know how Disney is, bro. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, look at me. See, I'm in the parquet way.
Yeah, you know what? I'm part of a hateful group right now myself with Disney, and
To
I
You
love
don't
got
hate
beef with
relationship.
Disney?
they fucked up She-Hulk, man. They fucked it up. First episode, they fucked it up, man, and it's
Oh,
crucial.
did
It's
they?
breaking my heart. It's
That's a
just
thing now. I thought that was still not coming out yet.
yeah. First episode launched. I think second episode actually launched every Thursday. They're gonna get a new one, but
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Every
You guys-
Thursday they're coming out with a new one.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus.
So is it the way that she looks, or is it like the story, or
Yeah, it's just a story, man. You know how they started messing up with Bruce Banner with the Hulk. You know, I mean, you go back to the second Hulk movie that came out with Edward Newton. I think that's his name.
yeah?
I mean, Hulk looked fucking badass, feared, and fucking just the way his fucking face looked fucking evil and shit. But I mean, you see Hulk now, he's like smiling and he's got fucking glasses and this and that. Like, I don't know. I'm just not too forward to that.
You're not about it.
Nah.
No, about that life.
No, Ricky, I'm not.
Damn. Because the homies in the hood are always hard.
Did you guys see? Oh yeah, it looks kind of stupid. It looks stupid too, unfortunately. Look at this.
He or you mean she?
She.
They say Hulk got fucking toned down too.
Well, he did.
So I've heard.
Yeah. That's the She-Hulk one. What is it? Is it a series? Or what is
Yeah.
It's on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. You just said that.
it? I wasn't
Disney
paying attention. I
Plus.
was playing around with the back screen.
You need to stop being a cheapsteak and just fucking get Disney Plus for $159 a month.
Disney Plus Plus.
He has it. Don't you have it?
Don't you
Yeah,
have
so.
Disney Plus? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
there you go.
We watched something on it. I have Disney Plus too. So
Yeah,
There
I
you
have.
go.
See, I have Disney Plus Plus way.
did you guys
I have
see
Disney Plus Stars.
Ooh.
what's that?
I have
Oh,
Disney
with
Plus
stars?
HBO.
I was thinking of switching over to the Disney Complete thing,
I do
because
got
then I
HBO
can
Max.
cancel my Hulu, get a new Hulu thing, and I'll have Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus.
Ooh, plus.
Oh,
plus.
they're all merging together? It's like a
They
whole
are
big
here.
combo?
Yeah, so it's
Oh, that's
a
fucking
threesome.
sweet.
Ooh.
That's sweet.
But Netflix is coming out with that what's that thing called, the Addams Family show thing?
Oh, is that the one with the what the
what's
hell
the
is
girl's
that
name? What's the girl's name?
Wendy?
Wendy. Yeah, Wednesday. It's
Wednesday.
called
There we
Wednesday.
go. Wednesday.
Yeah, it looks
Wednesday.
really good.
I saw something about that. Either is it a movie that they're coming out, or was it for that series?
It's a series. It's a show.
Yeah, because they have what actor is the dad?
It's the guy from the Cuban
It's
guy.
Luis Guzman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy, the Cuban guy.
He's
Mhm.
fucking funny as
Dude,
hell,
there's
man.
people that I fucking hate that they got him, and I love that they got him because that dude's
yeah.
he's fucking hilarious.
He's funny.
His accent is brilliant. The way just he speaks, his fucking gestures. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
He's funny.
Look, personally, I've never seen anything with the Addams Family. I'm not a fan. Never. I haven't
Right.
seen any of the movies, any of the things. I'm not forward to it, but I'm looking forward to that shit just
Yeah.
because of him.
Same. I'm not a big fan of it, but I was like, fuck, this shit looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy's
so
funny,
I'm
dude.
down.
Yeah, I'll check it out when it comes out. But that dude's funny.
Yeah.
Did you see Chino? We were talking about that earlier about the tattoos. That some people are getting put under like anesthetic, like straight put to sleep. Look like a surgery
Then why the fuck
to
would you
get
get a
blasted.
tattoo in the first place if you're not gonna be? That's like the whole. To me, like that's part of the whole experience. You got to go through that little pain or whatever, or massage or feeling cool about it. Going
See,
under,
it's
going
going back to
under
the same
to
thing, man.
It's exactly what
going
Johnny was
under
saying.
to get a tattoo to wake up where someone could like literally write a penis on you.
Well, I mean, clearly no one's gonna do that, but I'm saying like it's like an unnecessary risk and an unnecessary cost because what I was saying is I mean if you got the money for it and you're that much of a pussy to just get blasted, go for it. But it's just like I don't think it. And the tag on that was the future of tattoos, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna be the future.
No.
I was like, that's just you being a pussy.
Well, you
But
never know, man. Things change. That
I
might
mean,
just become the new norm. Look at us.
nah,
2 years
it's too
ago, the new
expensive.
norm when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna start working from home," we're like, "Dude, that's not gonna work out." A lot of people are not gonna be able to work or manage themselves, uh, micromanage themselves to work from home, and then here we are, almost 3 years later, and we're doing that shit, right?
But I feel
So
like those people who couldn't do it weeded themselves out. Like the last place I worked when it was work, as soon as we did work from home, there was probably like that I know of, and I'm sure there was more, but there was like 5 or 6 people that I worked with in the call center that pretty much immediately got fired because they couldn't like stay on task. You know what I mean? Like they were immediately going and playing games on their home computer or their work computer, which is dumb. Like it's the dumber part. And then they were like sitting there watching like Netflix, they were watching movies, they were watching YouTube, and they weren't doing their work. And after they were specifically told like you're only going to go on sites that you need to go on, like if you need to go on YouTube to watch like a product review, that's fine, just say something about it, just say like, oh hey, I'm trying to find out this like one thing about this piece of gear, so I'm going to go to a YouTube video and see if they mention it at all, you know what I mean? Like versus people were sitting there and like bullshitting, and they're like, hey, since you guys can't behave, you're just being suspended until we can go back to the office, and then you're coming back to the office. And then it was like, oh hey, we're not going back to the office, period. So we just let those people go. And I'm like, that's only the office that I work at. There's like still another office outside of that, and like
So I think that's when the beautiful thing about working in the States, I think it is, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think in the States they just come in and hey, you're fired, you're out, right? There's no
Mm,
penalty or anything. Because here in
mm,
Mexico, the boss does that to you, and they automatically owe you 90 days of your salary. You can't just fire someone like, oh, because of this, because of that.
well, here if they don't, it depends
I,
on the state. Different states have different laws for that.
Mm.
But there are definitely states that can just be like, hey, like fuck off, and then you're just out. But like if there's good clause for it, like that, where it's like you signed an agreement that you wouldn't be bullshitting like that, and that's what fucked you. And I'm sure it's like that in Mexico. If they gave you an agreement that said like, hey, if you fuck around, you sign this piece of paper, this contract essentially, and if you fuck around, you're getting fired, you don't get dick. You know what I mean? Then I'm sure you don't get shit out of it. But here I think a lot of places offer like severance if you do like leave or get fired.
mm. The
But
thing
it's not
is,
it's not a lot of places.
I
You
think
have to have tenure there.
I think at least in Utah, they have to have cause. They can't just fire you because then they got to pay you unemployment if they
Hmm.
fire you. So
Right.
I think if you get fired, it has to be just. Like there has to be
A
cause
good
for it.
reason.
Yeah, good
That's what I'm
reason why
saying. A
you got
good
fired.
cause. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they just fired your ass, then they got to pay you unemployment
Yeah.
till you get a new job. But I don't know. I mean, I did also hear that Utah they could just fire your ass straight up. Like they could just can your ass for no reason really.
I think
If
I
they
think
want to.
there's a time frame.
But I think they can you. But that's the thing is if they fire you, they got to pay you um, unemployment. But they can't
Yeah.
just up one day just show up and be like you fuck fired.
Right. I mean, that's the upside of it is that you get unemployment out of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, But they can just one day just
Unless,
don't come back.
unless there was a good reason for them to fire you. So a
Yeah.
lot from what I've heard is some places will essentially try to get you to quit
Yeah, because
outside of just firing you.
well, that's what Mexico
So that
does.
way
Is
they don't have to pay you.
Mexico will try to make you quit
Right.
so they don't fire you. Because when they fire you, then they got to pay you like all these things, and it's not worth it to them. Rather than if you
Yeah.
quit, they don't got to pay you as much.
Right.
So when you get fired here, they got to pay you tenure. They got to pay you all sorts of shit.
Severance, not tenure.
Severance, I guess, whatever. But
Severance.
yeah,
But
Part
how
fruit,
long?
man.
So they pay you for 90 days. They pay you your base salary still. Like, so if you make like $300 a week there, they still have to pay you $300 a week for 90 days. Like,
Yeah,
no,
they'll
they
just
pay
give
they
you-
they
have
pay
it
it to you all at once. So
yeah.
oh, so you
they'll
just get
pay.
one big like payoff essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what a lot of people do. Essentially, they go
just get
in and try
fired.
to beat the system and try to get fired, maintain themselves for a few
But
months.
you got to get
without having-
fired unjustly for that to happen. They can't justify why they
So
fired
if you have shitty performance, they can't fire you.
They can.
Or I mean, if you have
But
shitty performance and they fire you, they don't have to give you severance.
No, because they have to go through a process. They can't just up and say, "Well, you did shitty, we're fired." They have to have like, "Oh, we gave him a
Like
warning.
corrective action and all
Yeah,
that.
we have corrective action. We did this, we did that. We
Well,
did
but
this."
that's what I'm saying is you just keep performing shitty. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, oh, like what are the hoops? Like what are the fucking jumps that you have to like?
Yeah,
It's like
but if you kept performing
eventually,
shitty,
if you work shitty enough
then you just get fired.
consistently, and they fire your ass after doing all the corrective stuff, you don't get shit.
No.
But if you do shitty and then they're just like, hey, you know what? You're just fucking fired. We're not even doing all that. Then you get it.
Yeah, because then you're unjustly fired. If
Yeah.
they don't have a like documented that they fired you for what reason, they just let you go. Then it's
I feel
then,
like that's too much work because then you have to figure out how to get fired.
that's why
with-
some people like it's complicated to just get fired like that, like
Right.
without like a reason to fire you. So it's
But then I've seen cases where I've known this guy, and just so he won't get hammered by, we'll just protect the innocents and just call him Stranger A. So Stranger A, this motherfucker naturally would just find the loophole and just get fired from places and get fucking checked out, like, and I was like, how the fuck do you do it? He's like, I don't even know sometimes. So I'm just me. And I was like, well, fuck, dude, you got the fucking recipe down. Shit.
Damn, you suck, bro.
you say like, damn, bro, you got the magic stick.
If you can confidently like that go in and say like, yeah, I just go in and be myself, and they fire my ass, maybe you shouldn't be yourself ever. Like you should think about something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? What happens? You land a good job and you're like, oh shit, this place is pretty good.
You're
But then
fired.
you
Whoops,
have
you're
no
fired.
choice because you're
Yeah.
yourself, and it's like,
How'd you get fired? I don't know.
Personality.
I'm being
Yeah.
myself.
Just myself. Yeah. If he got fired from one job and he's like, I don't even know how I did that one. That one just
They
fired
told me this was a safe place where I can be me, and they fired my ass.
Calm down, Taskus, aka Johnny.
Oh, you just gave up his employment.
Oh, now I gotta get a new job, you asshole.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Now you have
fine,
to pay
man.
him, Chino.
No, you gotta pay me
Now you
severance.
can
$300
come
a
work for
week.
me, man.
Yeah, now you gotta pay me severance. God damn it,
$700 a week.
I quit.
That's crazy. That's shitty though.
Just show up, be yourself, and get fired just because.
Oh, what's that
well,
guy's name and address?
Yeah,
Stranger A? I don't know.
That way we know to never fucking hire that guy for shit.
yeah. His address is 123 Fake Street.
No, but it's in Mexico, so there's no way it's that. It's gonna be like,
Yeah, it's gonna be 123 Calle de Mentira.
yeah. That's a long ass street name.
Uno, dos,
Mexico
tres,
has long ass street
privada.
names too.
Privada de Mentritas.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Mexico has some crazy ass addresses.
No, they're just long. The street names are long. Like you've got like fucking
Some are.
fucking
some
Calle
aren't.
like,
Some are really
it'll
simple.
be like
Some are
fucking
just like
Benito Juarez Gonzalez. The whole fucking thing. It's like, goddamn, you couldn't have just called it like Juarez or something, or
No,
No,
there's
it's
some
out.
there's a
addresses
lot
that
of
are
streets like that.
there's some that are really simple where it's
South,
like
then.
5 Independence, and then you're like, okay. And then there's some are like Calle Internacional del DF de fucking Mexico, acá en Rosarito, Baja California.
It's like
And you're like, what the
our
fuck?
previous one. Remember, Johnny?
Was
Oh,
It
like
was
Calle
just street
Privada,
Areita.
Callereite, Reformeria, Pemex. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why do we have like 5 different names in our street name?
And then the street name also had a name.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it was like the fucking complicated ass street name, and then they're like, "What's your like area?" And the area was another fucking name, like fucking George Serrano, fucking who knows what the fuck.
yeah, like
Galvino.
like his whole name and title, general, and fucking what fucking thing he did for the army type of shit. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was a whole fucking shit show to get our address.
Fuck that. See, and that's why when I was like trying to order those fucking Crocs and the lifting chalk through Amazon to your place, it was so fucking confusing.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
it's hard.
yeah,
It's Colonia, street,
like
all kinds
the
of shit.
street name and then the house number and then like
The Colonia, the city,
yeah, like the fucking
state.
and it's like, dude, what the like are we not already in a fucking city? Like, why is there a colony within a city, within a fucking state, within a nation? Like that's so much. Like just
That's how
do, like,
Mexico identifies, like geographically, like
it's
things.
just so much, dude. If the
I
US
like
can do it the way that the US does it, Mexico can do it the
I
way
like how
the
they
US
find
does it.
addresses here because when you put your address, you put your exact
Apparently they
address.
don't because those fucking Crocs never showed up.
Yeah,
But they don't find addresses.
No, but I'm saying like they do. There's a how do you know the pizza guy too? Any notes? It's the blue house with the white gate. That's how they find your house.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they know where they're at. They know in the area, but like which house is it? Oh, it's the one with blue and
Someone
not
that
even
says
they don't even
someone
if
that
you
says
tell
fuck
them
you, pizza
the
guy.
house number, even if you're like, oh, the house number is 5505, they don't even want to look for that. They want to look for the most obvious thing. What color is your house? Oh, it's blue. Okay. Then this is the fucking house because there's only green houses here or something like that, or white houses. This is the blue one.
See, maybe that's the move. Once you get a house, Johnny, paint that shit some color that no other house has.
Fucking lime
Pink.
green.
And then
Highlighter lime
and then
green.
in the notes you just say you'll see it.
It stands
You'll
out.
You'll see it.
You'll see. It's a zebra house.
It's a fucking Mary Kay pink house. I got
It's
for
but
selling
it's
Mary Kay
No,
and
but
shit.
it's
if you notice,
bedazzled.
Mexico,
You'll see it in the
Mexico
distance.
always has fucking pink houses, green houses, blue houses, and red houses. Like every street that you go down, you're bound to find a fucking pink house or a fucking blue house. Or not. Or yellow. That's always a color too, like the fucking weird ass yellow. It's like the house colors here. I
That's
don't
better
know.
than some of the houses here, dude, because you like the houses here are just all the same, like stucco
Like tan?
brown, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Fuck
they
that.
all look the same, and like they have this. I don't know what the hell.
It's
There's
because
like
that's what the HOA they want everything to look a certain way.
yeah,
You
fuck
can't like
that.
go out of the norm. Like if you painted your fucking house like lime green, they're gonna go over there and be like, hey, you're aesthetically fucking up the neighborhood. And it's like, no, I'm fucking up my house, not the
See
neighborhood.
that's.
Then the
I
HOA,
feel like you either you and that's the thing with HOAs, they don't give a fuck. You can have fuck you money and slap those motherfuckers with 10 racks and be like, fuck off. Like, and they'll still be like, no, we're not taking that. Like, you have to fucking repaint your house.
yeah, they do that.
Like,
Or
you
gotta
obviously
fucking-
have the
or
money
you get
for it.
fined. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
or they
fucking
fine
retarded.
you, and they legally do that shit. And that's what
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
can
dude, that's
legally fine you,
bullshit.
like
I
the
bought my
city-
fucking house. I didn't buy a fucking like
The
contract
city-
with the fucking
yeah.
HOA.
The city will come and be like, yeah, you got to do that. You signed a.
Yeah,
It's because when you
so-
do it, when you buy the house, you sign a contract that you're gonna follow the HOA thing. So you're kind of legally bound to the stupid shit.
I would find a way to get out of that shit. Be like, nope, not fucking
I'm
doing
like,
it.
here we go. This is how I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna buy this whole fucking block. How about that?
Well, it's not the block. It's like the neighborhood, like the colonia that you live in. It's like
Fuck
if
that. We're buying the whole
it's
neighborhood. Then.
essentially that. But like that's what I'm saying though. Is like
I'm gonna fence it off.
that's why I think most people feel the same way of like trying to find a place that doesn't have an HOA because you just get hit with all these fucking stupid HOA fees that like, and they get more expensive depending on where you live. Like obviously, if you live like in a fucking fancy neighborhood that like $1 million houses, it's crazy. But like you can buy like a $200,000 condo and end up paying like fucking $800 in HOA fees, or
Right.
you buy like a townhouse and pay like $250, or you buy a regular house and you still pay HOA fees. It's like, dude, what the fuck? So you have to like find a place that that doesn't have a neighborhood like that. You know what I mean? Like where the area doesn't have a name, like the residential area. You know what I mean? Like you get like Silver Lake, right? Like that place has HOA fees because it's like
I
one
think
like
most new places now that's a neighborhood where they construct like the houses, they have
oh, it has
HOA
an
fees.
HOA.
Yeah,
Everywhere has HOA
yeah,
though.
HOA
Like
has
that's what I'm
is
saying.
everywhere
Like
now because they're all neighborhoods now. So now they just have HOA everywhere.
pretty much. But that's the thing is like you can have a fucking neighborhood and not have an HOA.
You
Like
can.
you don't need all that shit to try to make it look pretty. Like nobody I don't give a fuck about that. I'm sure there's people that do.
But
Yeah.
that's when you go like the balance of the way, you know, like if you don't have an HOA, people will start doing whatever the fuck they want, not applying to a rule. Eventually, you'll see. I mean, we know we've all had those type of neighbors where they're like Johnny, our fucking neighbor that was like 2 houses down. He had like the whole fucking set of like different it was like a wasteland. He had like different shit on his house, like on
Oh
all
yeah.
around his house.
Oh yeah. The
That's when you
tweaker.
start getting those type of neighbors that essentially do fuck up the image. And what do you want as a property owner? That your area does not devalue. You want it to grow year on year, and that's why I think
You remember?
HOAs
Oh, Steve, you were
are
there.
also
You remember
doing
the
that a
tweaker
little bit.
guy?
What?
You remember the tweaker guy? You went to the house. He was there.
What tweaker guy?
The guy that used to push around that cart all the time at the old house that I used to live at. The one that Chino was talking about. That he had like a fucking. It looked like a goddamn junkyard in his goddamn garage. He just
I
had
don't remember.
He was just hoarding all sorts of like metal and
The
garbage.
guy
and
that
shit.
thought that we were dope dealers and came like at 1 a.m. to ask for stuff.
Oh, you. I think yes. Yeah, you were there one time.
I don't know.
Maybe you forgot. You saw him though. He asked for a
Probably.
cigarette last time. Remember some bald dude that asked for a cigarette?
Oh, I think Kevin gave him a cigarette though. I think he asked Kevin, not me.
Yeah, but that was a tweaker dude. He was
Oh.
always up and down with like a little cart trying to buy, like trying to pick up metal and scraps and all sorts of shit.
But see, so but that I get because those houses are all like just slammed together, like you know what I mean? Like if you have a big enough like property, it doesn't matter if fucking other guy's shit looks like trash. Like that's his problem, you know?
No,
But if your
but
place looks good,
it does. It brings your property value down. Like somebody's not gonna go want to buy your house if they see that, even if your neighbor's like 100, 200 meters away or yards, if they still see that, they're like, eventually that problem's gonna come here. So people don't want to buy that house because of that. So I mean, again, this is where it gets
maybe.
controversial, you know, like HOA, good, bad, fees, this and that, but it does maintain a balance or a kind of order of how you need to have your house. Just so
I guess
can,
it depends on what kind of house you buy. Like obviously if you buy a house in like a cheap area to buy, then yes, you run into that problem. But if you buy it in an expensive area with no HOA, that's just not gonna happen.
No, that's why I'm gonna go buy my house in the woods.
That's what I'm saying. If you're balling, you go buy a house that has no HOA, like the closest person to you is also balling, and they're not gonna let their shit look like that.
Closest person next to me is gonna be 2 miles away.
Something like that. But that's a move.
I'm gonna live out in the fucking
Yeah.
woods. Look like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant, not mauled by a bear, eh?
Except
'cause
we
that's
don't
the
have
thing
those type
too,
of
is-
woods here.
Is if I
Yeah,
get
we
a
don't got
place,
bears like
I
that.
don't want to like have to do a yard. Like I don't want to fucking mow grass.
That's why
I want
my
to like
house is
zero
just gonna
escape
be
my shit.
in the woods.
Like the way
No
they do
grass.
in California. Like there's no grass.
Just rocks
it's
and
just-
cactuses.
Gravel, like a zero escape. Like there's just no some
I'm
places
not
have
forward.
it.
I'm not for that. I think
I am.
every house should have some
Grass.
area of grass.
No.
Yeah,
Fuck
but you
that.
could put in turf grass, like fake grass, so that you don't have to like water that shit, mow it, none of that.
Fuck that. In the woods.
That's what I'll do. Put in astroturf.
In the woods. Just dirt. And
Yeah.
trees.
I'm down with that too.
Don't
Because
need
then
it.
I don't have to water
Don't need no
shit.
grass. Yep, don't have to water it. Let the nature take care of itself. All I'm doing
Yeah.
is living in there.
You'll have Winnie Pooh coming. If you put a pool, you'll have Winnie the Pooh coming in and fucking just swimming in your pool.
No
All right, we
problem.
got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Any last words?
Finish out your idea. Because when this shit ends, once it hits it, it's off. It's over.
It's just over. Steve did that to me the last time.
No
He just cut me
goodbyes.
out.
It's just goodbye. It's
He's just
just
up
we're
and we're
out.
done. Yeah, he just Audi 500.
Peace.
Peace in the Middle East.
Peace everywhere.
Oh, worldwide. What about you, Steve? Any fishing thoughts? You got 10 seconds.
No,
No, why not? You have
'Cause
to say
I-
something. You have to say bye to the people.
I don't have to say bye to anybody.
Tune in next time on Tuesday.